So now we get in the preview. 3 games this week. 2 on paper, winnable. The big one is the Mooseheads tonight. The hottest team in the queue. They're 8-1-1. Dumai's back. Their goaltending is scoring. This is the big one. Like, this is the biggest one they've played probably all year so far. I mean, Victor was a preseason favorite. Drummond was a preseason favorite. But both teams have Halifax especially has got their footing. They're 8-1-1. We've gotten our footing. We haven't lost on the road in regulation. Like Preston Lonsbury said, I mean, if they can play their A game and play the way we know they can play, this is going to be a very entertaining hockey game.
It should be very entertaining. There's no reason why it shouldn't. Fingers crossed. There's no Drummondville incident.
Yeah.
In this game, it's always nice to beat Halifax. You know, it's fun to beat St. John. It's fun to beat Bathurst. It's fun to beat Cape Breton. It's fun to beat Charlottetown. But when you can beat Halifax, it just feels a little better. Like, I'll smile after a win, but I'll be, home alone, credit cards declined, smile. The Grinch smile.
Yeah.
I have a Grinch smile anytime the Wildcats can beat the Mooseheads. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going to bed Wednesday night with a Grinch smile on my face.
And it's one of those weird rivalries in the past 2 or 3 years. In Moncton, Halifax is 8-5.
Mm-hmm.
In Halifax, Moncton is 8-7. Like they have a winning record in Halifax. They generally play a little bit better in Halifax. I have no reason to know why that would happen. You think they play a little bit better at home? They haven't been great at home this year, but they usually play well in Halifax, and it 100% depends on which team shows up.
Yeah, for sure. And
it's got to be 60 minutes.
We know who's starting, and we know who's going to be playing this game.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where you gotta keep it simple. You're not going to hold Halifax to less than 20 shots. They're going to get 30 or 40.
Yeah.
You've got to, Steinman has to play on his head, and the Wildcats just have to capitalize. That's the key to victory. Capitalize and make the big saves and limit the mistakes, and I think they'll win this game. If not saying I think they'll win this game, I'll think they'll win this game if.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the keys.
Yep, absolutely, and just convert on the in-tight chances. I don't know how many times in that first game they had shots and greasy puck chances just on the top of the crease in front of Rousseau, and they just couldn't get it past them. And that's the difference, is making sure you convert on those opportunities. You have to stay disciplined against Halifax, and when you get the power play, you need those chances where you get them, you turn a bit of momentum, you get an early lead, and maybe you get a power play, you get a 2-0 lead, something like that. It's got to be a game like that. And then you got St. John, Quebec coming in. Which one of the home games do you think Warren plays? Does he make his home debut?
Well, I think at this point, you've played him twice against St. John.
Yeah.
As well as a team played in both games, and as well as he's played, you've probably got a book on him. So I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against a Quebec. I know they're not the same team as they were last year, but talk about confidence booster to win against the Memorial Cup champs and just go from there.
Yep. Yeah, you look at the 2 games, but then you gotta look ahead, because they got Valdora running around on Wednesday, Thursday the following week. So I'm with you. I think you play Steinman back to back, Halifax and St. John. Warren gets his home debut in Quebec. His parents make the trip on Saturday, and then Steinman's going to go Valdora running around, and then Warren in Gatineau. But yeah, it's a weekend or a week of 3 and 4, where I think 4 points, maybe 5. I think they can hang with Halifax, and the problem is if you do lose to Halifax, you just can't let that one become 2 games. Yes, we've had success against St. John this year, but if we lose one, you have to make sure that it stays at 1. We don't let those leak into losses back to back kind of thing, and let this get away from us. And fun fact, this is a battle for first place in the Maritimes. I'm not sure how we're first, other than maybe goals for and goals against, because Halifax beat us, so maybe that doesn't come into factor until maybe the end of the season tiebreaker wise. But Yeah, Moncton 8-3-1 for 17 points. Halifax 8-3-1, 17 points. This is going to be a good one.